Hi guys, welcome to your Modern World Week 23 launch. And it's just going to be a short launch this week because we are approaching the end of the project. It's actually due tomorrow, February 5th. So if you're following along and you're on pace, you should try to get that in by the end of this week. It's okay if it's just a couple days late. But what we're going to do is just go over that final draft and what you should be doing for your final product. So in checkpoint 5, it's the presentation draft. When you open it, it's going to tell you to place a link to your presentation in the space below. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. What you want to do is make sure that your presentation is done in Google Slides. So you want to have a slide that would cover your argumentative claim in response to the question, is whatever product you chose beneficial to global society? So if you pick the iPhone or Nike clothing or Abercrombie clothing or whatever product you wanted, but you're just going to, based on your research, answer, is the iPhone beneficial to global society? So does it help everybody as a whole, or is there a particular group of people, whether it be that they work in a sweatshop and make unfair wages or have to work in unsafe, dangerous environments? Is there a particular group of people that this is kind of harmful to, and that we don't really experience that? So you're going to have your argumentative claim. You're going to have your background information about your product. So what is your product? When was it made? Just kind of telling some information about your product. Some evidence. This is where you're going to be using those quotes from your sources that you outlined in that graphic organizer, I think on checkpoint 3. So make sure that you are including your evidence, which is quotes from reliable sources. So again, Wikipedia will not count as a reliable source. You want to make sure that you are then explaining your evidence. That's the most important part. So don't just put a quote. You want to explain, this quote shows or supports my claim because, and then show me or explain it. So make sure in your own words, you're explaining each piece of evidence and how it directly supports your claim. And then synthesis would be, how does all of your evidence support your claim? So make sure that you want to have at least 5 slides because you figure those topics should all be addressed. You want to also make sure that your presentation includes multimedia and visuals. So don't just put a whole bunch of text on one page and call it a day. Try to make it visually appealing to your reader. And then making sure that you have a works cited slide at the end that lists your sources with an MLA citation. So remember back in checkpoint 3 when you filled out the graphic organizer, you had to go to easybib.com and basically just put in all the information and then copy and paste the citation from that. You want to make sure that your works cited page needs to be an MLA citation. You're going to get feedback on argumentative claim and your ability to select relevant sources. But just a reminder, when you are placing a link to your presentation, what you want to do is if you're in your Google Slides and that URL bar, that is the unique web address to be able to get to this presentation. So you'd want to click into there and hit Control-C to copy that link, and then go back down here where it says to place the link, and you go in and hit Control-V, and that's going to paste that link in there for me and allow me to get to your presentation. Just a reminder, when you're doing your final product, you're also going to have an oral presentation. What that entails is that you're going to use Loom or Screencast-O-Matic. So right now I'm using Loom, but I do not have my camera on. You're going to want to make sure that your camera is on because you're being scored on your ability to maintain eye contact. And when you're presenting virtually, that means that you're looking into the camera as you speak. You're also speaking at an adequate volume, so you're not mumbling or whispering and you're not shouting at me. And you're also speaking clearly and at a good pace. So you're not speaking really, really slowly or really fast. It's just a good, adequate pace and volume, and you're clearly pronouncing all of your words. So just try to stay calm, be confident in it. I'm the only one that's going to see it. But then you would also be giving me the link to, if you use Loom, it will give you a URL and you'll send me that link as well. If you have any questions about how to do your final product, please reach out to me this week.